Hello, air signs. Happy Sunday and welcome to your daily focus tarot. So we have justice clarified by the sun in reverse. Now justice talks about a balancing of the scales and using unbiased, impartial knowledge to balance those scales. You see this particular justice, she is channeling. Her eyes are rolled up in her head. She is like the oracles. So she is channeling this knowledge and then putting it to use to balance the scales. The scales aren't balanced yet. She's got the ancestors here. She's got this one-legged owl, this barn owl. Sorry, I wasn't sure what the dog was doing. So this being the card of actions causing reactions. Your action causes a reaction. Somebody's action causes a reaction. And that knowledge and how to balance that action with that reaction, how to make them equal. The sun in reverse. Okay, this can be talking about selfishness. It can be talking about somebody who is overly optimistic about a situation, like a lack of clarity in terms of what's really going on with the situation, due sometimes to, vanity or just wanting the best out of everything, right? So it could be, that you're not seeing the reaction that your actions are causing for what it is. You're seeing it as something else because you don't have this clarity with the sun in the reverse. Maybe other people are thinking you're selfish when you're thinking you're actually doing something that's for the good of everybody. And so there needs to be a balancing of the scales. There needs to be a balance brought in. In terms of perception, a balance in perception. Either balancing out of your perception or of somebody else's regarding your actions. The other card that came out for you today was Nine of Swords. Now, in the upright, this talks about fear and anxiety. It talks about, you see all these invisible people and ghosts or spirits or whatever. These are representing the thoughts in her head, really. And they're attacking her. Her thoughts are attacking her. They're unbalanced. The good thoughts, this sort of benevolent thought up here, is watching on but isn't really doing anything about these sort of negative thoughts that are laughing at her over here or scaring her. So the thoughts are imbalanced towards the negative. In this book is talking about that knowledge, about having your thoughts balanced wrong, having your thoughts be negative and being able to put them in the past. When it's in the reverse, it talks about releasing that baggage. It talks about a healing. It talks about overcoming those fears and those anxieties and being able to have a healthier understanding of your thoughts and how they relate to you. So for it to be sideways, it's neither here nor there. It's kind of in between the two. You're struggling to overcome those fears, those anxieties, and those negative thoughts. And you're having these fears, anxiety, and negative thoughts because the two clarifiers, 10 of Pentacles and 7 of Swords in the reverse. So 10 of Pentacles, this talks about long-term prosperity, like your legacy. It talks about your family's success in terms of like physical things, like a house that you can hand down to your kids, or a car, or a trust fund or something like that. Some sort of like long-term success that goes down through the generations that is hard won. You know, he's gray. She's kind of hanging up that pentacle, but you know, she looks over her shoulder because maybe somebody will come and take it away. He's sort of pushing on this chair while he's got a pentacle on his bag. Oops, that went out of focus. But he looks tired. Even the child and the dog look tired. It's a long-term success, but it's a hard-earned success. The 7 of Swords. So in the upright, this can talk about overworking because you're afraid you won't have enough. Right? So in the reverse, it can talk about like keeping secrets, but to me that's not really what this is about, unless it's about keeping secrets over your legacy because you're worried about what other people are going to think or do when they find out. To me, this is more about accepting and committing to overcoming these fears and anxieties in order to achieve this long-term stability. You're accepting what you need to do. You're accepting you've dealt with the self-deception and the fear and the anxiety, and now you're working towards that long-term success. And what's hidden from you at the bottom of the deck, we have Ace of Cups, which is a new beginning in terms of emotional, in terms of spiritual. It sometimes says new beginning in terms of love. So this is like not having to fight as much, not having to struggle as much in order to achieve, because you're getting that new beginning, you're getting that new flow in your life. 6 of Cups, a card of nostalgia, but also a card of being present in the moment and taking joy and having gratitude for what you have, not feeling the need to have more because you're just happy. 4 of Swords, a card of contemplation and balancing those thoughts through like contemplating, through meditating, and the Fool. That's a new beginning that's putting you on a new path that's true to yourself, that's going to help you harvest what you want in life in the long term. It's going to help you harvest the 6 of Cups and this 10 of Pentacles. Have a great Sunday. I'll see you tomorrow.